Come to Remora TC to trade like a shark and not get eaten by one. Let's school together to protect and grow our money. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. The market session just closed for the day. So let's kick things off and take a look at how our predictions went over the past week. Triple Qs is the first one on deck for us. And you can see that over the past about a month, over a month, it's been on quite a tear. So from where this trend line support is to where we are now, that's about almost a 20% move. Okay. Now, the question is there momentum to say that this price action will stop? Right now, I don't see any bearishness. So I will say that there is still some more upside. I did write bait up here because I feel that the way the price action is going, that there really isn't a lot of further opportunity to the upside. So with that, I'm a bit skeptical, especially when I'm looking at the volume. I'm going to just pull this up here so we can take a look at the volume down here. If you see the volume, you can see the volume candles here. There's quite a lot of volume in here, about 60 million a day, 55 million. But then you can see it taper down, okay? So there's buying. There are people buying, but it's not a lot of conviction, okay? This is where there's some conviction, just because there's greater volume. And as I zoom out even further, you can see, comparatively, this zone here is pretty low, almost as if there's not a lot of buyers left to come in to keep pushing it up. I think these are folks buying it at a premium price, and they're pushing it up. So I don't think there's a lot of opportunity still for an upside. So for now, it's no trade. Okay, I don't think you should go long. If anything, let's pay attention to the RSI here because the negative divergence will come. Okay, it will come, and price will move down as per my arrow here. Okay, so don't go long on triple Qs. Microsoft is a major ticker within triple Qs. And you can see here that I put some zone of resistance here at the entry to the gap, as well as a zone of likely support here at this trend line. So you can see that as price was moving up through April, it then gapped down with a decent amount of volume here, 70 million, but then it held. Okay, so it's holding right now. So the question is there further upside? Well, I think it's holding. It may attempt to test this gap entry. So I'm going to keep this arrow here. The overall direction remains up, okay, for Microsoft at least. I'm less convinced for triple Qs, but for Microsoft, I think it will come up, hit the entry here, perhaps even hit the 200-day before getting rejected, okay? On to GDX. This is the gold play, the safe haven play. You can see it's playing out as I predicted. Downside move is my general direction. You can see how I annotated here the likely flag, the flag pole, showing that price will likely come down to this trend line support here. So anyway, it's playing out as I predicted. There's no change in momentum for GDX. It is a downward move. On to Bitcoin. All right. I talked about how there's a baiting opportunity here. The sharks will bait everybody to come in and buy. And I said that there's likely resistance here, hence this red, this pink that I drew here. So price is coming up into this 200-day resistance zone. Overall, I think it remains a downward move, okay? My first prediction is down to 58. Second one down to 42. Okay, so my annotations are there. I've been talking about this since November, at least for 58, since November. And I'll just kind of slide this over so it's cleaner, so you can see it. But the overall move is to the downside, okay? Don't get caught going long on Bitcoin. On to American Express. This one showed bullishness. Hence, I put the whale here. And you can see how the price action came up, hit the 200-day, got rejected. But still, I think that the overall move is to the upside. Hence, I'm not changing my arrows here. I'll just leave it because it is to the upside. First zone of resistance is up here at around 343, 345, this zone here. And then we'll have to take a look at where the next move will be for American Express. But right now, it is a long play. Now, if you're not in this trade already, then I don't recommend you jump in because you're in the middle of two zones. You're in the middle of this bottom support here at 287 and resistance at 343. So I wouldn't take a trade long here. You're just kind of, it's not a nice risk-reward entry. LGEN is another financial, and this one is behaving as I annotated before. Resistance up here, you can see that it gapped down tremendously, created this big gap. Then it's been playing around the 200-day. So here's the 200-day. And overall, my prediction remains unchanged. Now, because it filled this gap, okay, you can see it did this gap fill, then the question is there any momentum further to go up and push through this bigger gap up here and then hit this zone of resistance again? I'm looking at here and I don't see the momentum change. So I think it'll be a couple of days of pushing up here, hitting resistance, and then further selling to come, okay? Support down here. All right, over to Northrop Grumman. This is playing out this as I predicted, okay? This zone here, when price came down here and dipped below the purple, the question came up as to whether there is any rebound play, quick rebound up to resistance here, and then further selling, okay? There wasn't any real bullishness, hence I didn't put the whale here. But if the price action was going to move, it would have moved it up, hit the 200-day, and then reject and sell off. Right now, you can see the price is creating it's called a bearish wedge. So I'll kind of do a quick annotation here. A bearish triangle. Let's see how to draw it real quick. Just freehanding it like this, okay? So it's it's not a bearish wedge. It's a bullish wedge, and I'll show you. So it has to do with how price behaves when the momentum changes. I'll zoom into the hourly here just to kind of give you a feel. So here's the hourly. You can see how the price action is moving, okay? I'm going to go like this, there. So like that, just clean it up just a little bit, okay? So you can see this flag here, but the flag is downward. When there's a downward flag, then you can often see that there is a change in momentum to the upside. So you can see here, though, the price is below the bottom edge of this flag, but I think that is a bait on the to get the sellers, those who are wanting Northrop to keep going down, to open short positions. But at the same time, you can see the momentum change is to the positive. This is bullish. So with today's price action, it's a bullish, an early bullish indication. So I'll put a a whale here to say that, this is likely a move upward, okay? That the momentum is changing. It's not an immediate move right away. It's very possible that it will take a couple whales, right, over the next weeks as price continues to move down, perhaps to this gap entry, to then create even more bullish divergence down here before price moves upward. So this is just one whale. I'm not convinced it's the final whale that I need to put in so that the momentum finally changes, okay? So right now, only have one whale. I'll make it a small one. Okay, this is not a buy. I'm not telling you to buy yet because it's, comparatively, this move up here has to unwind fully. I don't think it's done, okay? I don't think it's done. I think the unwinding needs to continue. So right now, only a small whale and further low prices for Northrop. On to XOM Mobil. Talked about the bait here. I put a couple of these fishing rods to remind everybody that they're intending to get you to buy in. So right now, price is moving up as I predicted, right? It's going to likely move up with this baiting action. First zone of resistance is here. They may attempt to get it higher than the other high here, the high in end of March, okay, which is around 175. So they'll attempt it, okay? But the key thing is to look down here. I think as they move it up further, the divergence will get even more bearish, and then it'll be further selling. So right now, no trade. Don't go long on XOM Mobil at the moment. Keep your money in the bank on the sidelines. Over to Whirlpool. Setup remains to the upside. I'm very bullish on this one. Look at all this touching along this trend line. This is key. I said if you can get a long trade anywhere here, the upside is about 50%. So if you're able to get in, I'm happy for you. I am in this trade. Now, the earnings is coming out on Wednesday. Okay, that's tomorrow. So they'll likely, earnings is always a crapshoot. It's meant to create liquidity for the whales and sharks. So I'm not putting much investment in, I'm not putting much merit in earnings predictions and what happens, because often there could be really positive earnings, beating all the estimates, and then selling starts. So it always happens. So right now, this is a good opportunity to go long. I've talked about it for a while now. Okay, so those are the tickers for this week. Please let me know what you want me to analyze next, because I can't possibly find all the really good trades. Whirlpool is one of the few long ones that are out there, and if you think there is one that we should review together, then let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up, share my content with your friends and family, and as always, good luck with your trades.